Welcome everyone to an amazing announcement. Putting money where our mouth is. Previously we had our announcement 20 million euro investment over the next decades here from my company Exacode, and continuing with sharing this success into investments, also best with Turbo, right? I'm happy to announce that we further expand our feature and bug program. A year ago we announced live here on YouTube for our Linux distribution that we pay developers, independent developers working on feature bounties. I personally hate bug bounties because we want our stuff perfect, right? So there should not be bugs, and we also don't want other people smuggling bugs in. So while I'm not the biggest fan, also then you don't have improvements, right? My concept is of if you only pay people for bugs, then you only have bugs. But I wanted to advance our stuff, features like stuff that we know could be better, having people focus on making stuff better, not like break stuff or like only working on broken stuff. However, that being said, so not only did we increase the feature bounty since the last time, previously we had this I believe 40 and whatnot, like the largest was maybe 50 or so. So we increased it. Also maybe we added whatever the case might be. What is the intent for S? Right, we have Excel. So anyway, so we increased this. Also, I believe this was previously like from 20 to 25, a little bit, right? Inflation and whatnot. But also symbolically, it's like go there, like you get a little bit more. Yes, it's not the biggest feature bounties, but hey, we're not yet as rich as Donald Trump and Elon Musk, although maybe we are, but like with all their debts and failing businesses and stuff. But with growing success, we can expand it, right? It's a test. I'm not yet millionaire, but I'm happy to share the little we earn either on YouTube, your Patreon. Of course, we still continue to accept your Patreon, OnlyFans and YouTube Super Thanks and stuff and distribute it to the community, right? I said it from the beginning, happy to collaborate with other YouTube creators on amazing stuff. And why do we do this, right? Also, right, I should mention, and we're also symbolically expanding that. As much as initially I hated to pay for bugs, now we do it. We start to pay a symbolic binary euro, which is following Donald E. Knuth of his computer science books, also Donald Knuth binary dollar. Here, if that is new to you, Donald Knuth's famous reward checks, right, for the first who report bugs in his books. Following, also this is basically more than most Linux distributions do, right? It's also crazy that with the Linux Foundation recurring theme, right, the Linux Foundation has 200 millions, but they put only 3.2 or 3.4% directly financing Linux kernel projects. I would wish much more that other big business would give back to the community. So we start with the binary euro, and yes, it is symbolic. The more we grow, like share, like, subscribe, spread the word. Nobody ever was fired for putting T2 enterprise ready Linux into good business use. For all bugs, like not all bugs, right? You're not bugs filled by the T2 creator. That is me with, this is why I list this here. Marked issues, marked so by myself, right? RX Why do I write it like this? Not that you go there, open a bug, and then want to get paid for your own bug. No, this is not how it works, right? This also means I will probably transition my 600 entry lines of to-do. I will probably spend some efforts and fill hundreds of the, like, not random bullshit bugs, but like, because I have there some small nice to have and only affecting me, or some vintage and retro architecture, I'm probably gonna, because I always wondered, should I transition my own tiny little 600 line to-do file to GitHub issues? And with this symbolic binary dollar bug bounty thing, I probably will, to motivate other people. And even with this bigger bounties, where you can actually earn some, like Like some student in many countries could basically live off implementing T2 feature bounties, right? Why do I do this? Because it literally is cheaper for me paying you, and yes, a binary dollar is not that much, but hey, it's up, right? If all bugs are fixed, actually, I spend all my monthly income here. But I do this. You might be wondering, hey, René, why do you waste all your hard-earned patronage, GitHub sponsorship, and YouTube super thanks? Because it is. I'm realizing it more and more, and it's obviously cheaper for me to pay you, improve our amazing Linux distribution, than doing it all myself, right? Because the last days and weeks and 25 years, of which over 4 years live on YouTube, I spent here fixing issues, right? And I'm not only wasting my time, better spent doing more state-of-the-art code and research and features and implementation, but I'm also not enjoying it anymore, right? Just yesterday, I literally installed the latest edition of our amazing T2 release, which I will release any day now because we just worked so non-stop, 9 to 5, sometimes a night, and 365 days a year. I installed T2 again. I installed T2 on this new portable Road Warrior SSD for all my portable Road Warrior needs. I installed T2 a year ago, and it's just too much work to set up my OBS. Like, sure, you could install T2 a year ago and it was working, but like if you use it for, like, basically I need everything, right? Why is our Linux distribution increasingly amazing? Because I use it for myself, right? I dog food here, our own stuff. And a year ago, this sway configuration, this OBS bit, and this and that, due. And I reinstalled it, like I didn't even use it much, right? I brought this second SSD, I'm still rocking the 7-year-old one. A year later, I've not even used it much. I reinstalled it, and it's of course with 1 year live on YouTube much better, but there's still some. Then I literally spent 1 hour messing around with OBS OpenGL configuration stuff. And then I was messing another 30 minutes. I didn't even live stream it, right? Because I thought it's not the most interesting, and then I realized I spent too much time quirking the upstream regressions, right? Every time you build it, there's some OBS glitch, there's some Mesa glitch, there's some Linux kernel marginality. So putting it out there, increasing all this stuff further, and introducing, since autumn 2023, symbolic binary euro, motivating more people. And if basically if you like I said, like 5 minutes ago, I said, like, hey, it's not working, like you file a bug and stuff, like, but however, if you're interested out there, if you're a student or freelancer or retired or whatever the case might be, if you say, hey, but this cool thing I would want to work for 50 or 100 bucks, of course you are free to drop me a note, right? Or like open an issue and ping me like, hey, do you want to finance this feature for 50 or whatever? Like, hey, ask me, maybe we do it. If I find it interesting, like basically I'm more interested in financing global stability and bugs and features I need myself. And yeah, it's crazy, like everything, and that is my recurring disappointment and grief with open source community and stuff. I mean, not only Linux kernel people deleting stuff faster than we can fix it, but also OBS, right? Every year I hack it to work again, and it didn't even build anymore, right? With OpenGL stuff. And I hacked it to build, and now it doesn't start with some OpenGL symbols like due. Of course I need to work on this now. Maybe I even fill a bug report, right? So I will basically become more of a manager of managing that. And surely, of course, I need to do still my stuff myself, but there is it. If you want to do stuff, if you're a student, or this income is enough in many developing countries, be my guest. My money well spent of not wasting my time with other stuff. And also, after 20 years, I don't enjoy it anymore, right? I don't enjoy fixing OBS the 5th time. I'm not enjoying patching LibreOffice the 10th time to, also I did this yesterday, right? So much stuff, not even you just can go to the, oh, I even built here, right? Just like fixed OBS to find OpenGL again, also improved GitHubs, like obviously committed this text, right? This is text here. LibreOffice, again, with more system libtiff and stuff, and okay, some sorting and like more fixes. Also like GPM, updated GPM because it didn't build anymore, was on the mirror anymore. Like, I said it before, right? Running Linux distribution is a 24/7 business. You might have realized it by now just following this channel. It's a little bit sad for me that after 25 years and over 4 years live on this channel, I now have an amazing installation. Everything, including LibreOffice, works in T2 trunk head proper. Everything but OBS. So probably I will fill another, I will see, probably have to fix it anyway. But otherwise it's an amazing chip, right? Firefox, cross-compiled performance, everything amazing. Installer, previous stuff, right? 4K, native sector, SARS, initRD, just go through all the other nearly 1,000 live streams of last years. And this is an amazing release covering 32 or 33 architecture variants. Of course, now we still need to build all of them. Do I even build all of them? Which, speaking of which, HPPA 64. What is next? Except the microkernel, I still will test this a little bit more. I've tested this extensively, as you've seen on the previous videos. I even improved it for RS6000, older 20-year-old vintage IBM machines, of which I now have an amazing machine here. Even tested Grub 2, maybe one of the first, or at least very rare. I improved our installer, improved our ISO generation to be able to boot all those. I improved Spark massively, right? Bisected that. Found 2 issues in Fiber Channel QLA 2000 series alone. I will do 2 more things, at least 2 more things. There's always one more thing, right? At Apple, at Steve Jobs, there's only one more thing. At us, there's always 2 more things. The one thing is, I will test Hewlett-Packard Precision Architecture installation, because that is quite quirky for the initial program loader, and the HPPA risk people were so nice to list us on their websites. And I had even some exchange with the Helge Deller. Why is this not here. So they were so nice to list us there for this very, obviously very popular architecture, very popular high precision and performance architecture. So as they listed us already there, probably should spend one cycle of, I installed it before, I have it running on my 3 Paris machines. But I'm not always reinstalling them all, right? Because it doubles my test installation time, right? It's one thing to rsync the stuff and change root and how it works, or update the kernel, and like reinstalling everything with the initial program load, like quirky, not grub2, even more quirky than grub2. And the second thing is, I will make one more full test installation pass on my previous video, Sunblade Spark 64. And maybe even spend a couple of more time on patching grub, previous video, patching grub for Sun v9 of this architectural confusion stuff. Anyway, that is the plan. I hope you enjoy this. Leave in the comments below. For me, it is crazy that we, with our tiny little unsuccessful hobby Linux distribution, can afford it. And I literally make more money if I can focus on our business inquiries and not patch everything ourselves. And big mega corporations like IBM, Red Hat, Facebook, Google, and the Linux Kernel Foundation cannot give anything to the community. Leave in the comments below what you think, what's your take. And similar to when I tried 2 years ago or so, over 1 year, maybe 2 years ago. And I tried to get funding from AMD or Sci-Fi Hi-Fi regarding my work on making RDNA 2. Work on RISC-V already 2 freaking years ago, and neither AMD nor Sci-Fi Hi-Fi could make even as little as $2,000 available for me to upstream that, to spend a day or two polishing that and upstream it. And that is rather perplexed, and everything that the current state of open source funding leaves to be desired. So I try to do as much as I currently can, and the more you share, like, subscribe, Patreon, and GitHub sponsor or YouTube membership sponsor, the more we can give back to the community and fund students and other people around the world getting into open source and make a better living out of this. I hope you enjoyed this, learned something. As always, I'm looking forward to your comments. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and I hope to see you soon for all the next fun stuff to come.